Looks like I have to quit playing off. Looks like today's the day we eat some sausages, boys. What's up, everyone, and welcome to a very unique edition of the Combot Collective here. A little mini episode here, catching up on a due I was due to do a couple of years ago. In fact, way back in the day, we're going to have to go back a little bit. I was on the UDA Discord way back when, and I made a deal where I said, hey, if Bronco, who at that point was already 0-1 with the Bite Force fight, and 0-2 in fact off the free shipping fight, I said there's no way they're gonna finish 2-2. They're fine. There's nothing to really worry about. We're gonna finish 2-2. We're gonna make the playoffs still, and things will be good. So that didn't happen, and I made a deal around the 0-2 point where I said I'll make a video explaining Broncos 2019 season and the loss and all that good stuff if they go 0-4, and I'll eat a hot dog during it. So it's been a couple of years now. I haven't done it because I'm a big hot dog enthusiast here. I'm a big snooty hot dog guy. I like my hot dogs done a certain way here, and I found I got 3 Primo Grando hot dogs right here from only the finest Texan store, and we're about to eat them. We're going to talk about some Bronco here. So let's not waste too much time here. We got the hot dogs, so go here. Got the buble as well. You can't forget the buble. You know how the setup goes. I think we need to start with the asterisk here about the Bronco season. Everyone talks about how Bronco had a poor season. Everyone talks about how Bronco had a really bad season this year. But the thing that people don't talk about is the fact that Bronco, I didn't think about the dead air from when I'm chilling here. That's gonna be really awkward. But the thing that people don't think about is the fact that Bronco is it was the 2019 Battlebots All-Star finalist that year. And that's something you can't take away from it. Sure, it was one fight that wanted to be a finalist, but lo and behold, nonetheless, it was indeed a finalist. And you can't take that away from it. I mean, sure, we got our asses beat by Witch Doctor, and they got a revenge on us. So we can't even really say that anymore in terms of the whole finalist thing, because it ended up just being our loss. We ended up finishing the year 1-5. But that's the big thing. That's the big thing people forget, is that Bronco did not finish the year winless. We had a win. It was against free shipping. We got our revenge, and it was funny. For everyone else, for a lot of people, they saw Bronco versus free shipping in Las Vegas first, and then they saw the one on TV. But I saw that fight live. I saw free shipping versus Bronco live, and that's when I learned they were 0-2, which sucked. But I saw the atrocities happening in person. In fact, here it is right here, that exact fight. So it was like revenge for me, because I saw them in the correct order pretty much. But I digress. We'll get to the free shipping fight in a minute. We're talking about the Bite Force fight first, and I feel like you can't have much shame losing to Bite Force if you're Bronco. They were the defending champion at that point, eventually the 2-time defending champion, and they ended up winning all of 2019. So, we look pretty good. I bet we could have beat any other robot besides Whiplash and Bite Force in that 2019 bracket easily. Maybe not Tombstone, though. I digress. But moving forward here, we got our asses kicked by Bite Force. That wasn't really cool. So, that happened. But what are you going to do? At that point, it felt like the most anticipated Battlebots fight for me at that point, period. Because Bite Force, of course, the Battlebots champion. Bronco, of course, waiting at the steps. Which happened sooner? Which happened in 2015? In 2015, Bronco would have easily beat Bite Force. Probably in 2016 as well. But in 2018, 2019, Bite Force was already at a point at that point that they were well ahead, and they weren't going to be losing to anyone anytime soon. It'll be interesting to see where both those teams do end up coming back if they do decide to return. But yeah, there isn't too much else you can say about the Bite Force Bronco fight. It didn't go too well. I was at this fight in person. In fact, it was the very last session I went to. Was Bronco versus free shipping, and it was a good fight. Fantastic to see on TV. I'll tell you what. Wait, my whole vacation to see this fight. Everything was leading up to this moment right here. I was even with one of my buddies from the Discord there in person, and finally getting to meet the guy. That was pretty cool. And out comes Bronco. It was a midway major for the show. The session itself. They wheeled him out. There was a bunch of fanfare, a bunch of cheering. I was going insane. I was screaming like a little fangirl. I was like, yeah, let's go Bronco. That's my boy. I had the shirt on. I got a sticker. I got to meet Reese and Bradley earlier in the session. I was fangirling. There's an ad. I can't skip it. Turns out that's not the case. Forgot about the whole thing. I love Inertial Labs to death. Favorite team ever. Love Toro. Love T Minus. Love Matador. Love Bronco. But the team doesn't like fighting spinners. Like they do. Like they do. Look at that, see? I don't know. What are you gonna do? Just look at Frisbee Ultimate back in 2002. You know, we flipped them, but it was too late because we were washing out the whole fight. Tombstone as well. I think we were screwed either way. In this fight right here, we had the unicorn horn and everything. We still couldn't do anything. And it was always a frustrating part of Bronco's ordeal. Their system is they never like flipping. I mean, they never like really approaching spinners. That's why I had the rear tail system, but even then, we have bots like Rotator busting the pin out, and it's just unfortunate. Hopefully, when we see them again, we'll have a brand new design, something more compact. I'd love to see a Rotator style Bronco with the compactness and the size of Rotator, something more like a T minus. But whatever Inertial Labs ends up with next, maybe it will be a Bronco still. I'll still cheer for it. It'll still be my favorite, but it'll still be my pick to win Battlebots. You know. I absolutely love Bronco. No other team to replace it. I cheer for Sub-Zero a lot, and that'll be my number 2. Still, if Bronco does come back, let you know what are you gonna do. It's just a shame, you know, they weren't as aggressive as they could have been in this fight. I don't think ultimately it would have mattered unless we did get that good flip. It was just bad news all around. Bronco's way too long. I think their turn circle is better than a lot of people give them credit for. But they do have their issues, and they're really visible in this fight here. This was another fight that was really depressing. Once again, begging for the judges to botch it. That's just a rough sight. All the armor attachments in the world couldn't save us in this fight. It was just real sad. Another ad. Very cool. Raid Shadow Legends. Look at that. Raid Shadow Legends on the Combot Collective. Finally. But I digress. And then there's this fight. Oh man, this fight. This was a fight. I don't usually eat hot dogs this fast. This is a lot for me. What else do you have to say? This is just depressing. It was building up the entire season. Look at that. You know what? Here we go. How about we just leave it at that? This is the shot that lives in our lives. For all of us Bronco fans, pretty much. You know, that right there. Hydra pretty much throwing us out. I really did believe at the start of the season Bronco could have beat Hydra. And maybe even then, but at this point, team morale at 0-3 was just, I think, a big intangible that ended up costing us a lot here. And ultimately, the team wasn't in the right spot to fight Hydra at this point. Even though I think at 1-3 they might have still given us a play-in fight, especially if we knocked out Hydra. But it just wasn't happening. Hydra took care of us so quick. It was a bummer. I hope Blip is the same to Hydra, whether it be this season or a future season. And then we'll be both of them when we eventually come back, right, Inertia Labs? Right? Right? Please? Please? But, it was a long, painful build-up. Hydra was 3-0. We were 0-3. You know, confidence was waning, even for me, entering this fight. And it was just bad, as you can see. End up out of the arena. Us. It's like with Dan Tom Kia threw out Chaos 2. Just as depressing. But, I digress. And then we had, of course, the Vegas fight, and that was a bit of a comeback. And then we got our asses kicked again by Witch Doctor. And I was going to have those fights on here, but it seems like the Witch Doctor Vegas fight is literally nowhere to be found on YouTube, so no luck there. But that's how it be sometimes, you know? Like, look, guys, I'm a Ranger fan. I'm from Texas. Texas Ranger fan, baseball team. So I know a lot about losing. And when Battlebots came back in 2015, I was spoiled for a while there, I'll admit. Bronco was my favorite team as a kid. I mean, sorry, with Toro, Inertia Labs, Team Minus, of course, Matador, Rhino. Loved them. The Butcher. You know, they didn't compete really in the untelevised era. They ran RFL, which is a value in its own right. But when they came back with Bronco, semi-finalist. Would have won Battlebots if Witch Doctor didn't get stuck on its head. But what are you gonna do? We're not in that universe, not in that timeline. You know, 2016 also really good, but we saw some weakness. 2018, fantastic. We were undefeated. I was posting my reaction videos. We were the best flipper in the world at that point. Come 2019, it just came to a screeching halt, didn't it? You know, 2020 was also very rough, of course, with the Bounty Boss, only one fight. Didn't even get to land one flip, and so you know, it's all a bit rough. What are you gonna do? Someone down here, man. This is a lot of bread. I don't know how that man versus food guy did it. This is intense. Sub-Zero is now 0-2. I tell you what, I really don't want to do it on all these food things, but Sub-Zero is 0-2. And there might be tuna sandwiches in my future. I hope not. Hopefully no sandwiches. I feel like Sub-Zero can still get in at 1-2. If Gruff can get in at 1-2, we can get in at 1-2 because we look pretty good in these two losses. You know, we at least look durable. We look strong. You know, give us the 4th seed. Why not? But talking about Sub-Zero here, I hope that hope I figure it out, man. Fighting hijinks next. I don't want to eat Subway, man. I feel like the odds of me eating Subway are a little higher now, though, and it's worrying. I'm still cheering for Sub-Zero, man. Still cheering for it all the way to make the playoffs. You know, play a little bit of spoiler, knock hijinks out of contention. And look at that. 8-3. I finally wrapped the video. That was a challenge, but so was it being a Bronco fan in 2019 and 2020. And this year. No word of them this year. They're selling a lot of the bots. Depressing, and I can't even buy any of it. I have this, though. Shout out to Team P1. I got to shout about every day this week because this is the new centerpiece of our set. And it's going to be for a while. But that'll do it for me here. It is almost 12 a.m. here. It's so late. I just finished watching the recent Battlebots episode. Rest in peace, Ghost Raptor. Maybe I can get a 6 of it for the TCC set as well. We'll talk more about that, though, in the coming week in our TCC 10 video, and of course in our breakdown news video. Who knows what else will come up? You know we're going to be here, though, every week doing the drinking game. Excuse me, jeez. Doing the predictions, doing the top 10, doing anything we can, talking about Battlebots. More videos about the live events in the future, of course. Hopefully we can get Red Mando to eat that sardine pizza, so I am not the only one suffering here. But I digress. This has been Sterling Brown. It's very late here, and I still gotta do some cleaning in our house. Things are doing good. Thank you for watching this weird little video, and I'll see you guys around.
This was the Combot Collective. Find us on Instagram and Discord.